Chương trình này được bảo trợ bởi
Family Joy, tổ ấm y tế của mọi gia đình, 714 898 0765.
Hi, welcome to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Yip. To us, OC stands for community because we believe that our community is strongest when we come together. That's why we thank you for joining us each Tuesday on channel 56.10 and on Wednesday morning on channel 14.2. As you know, this is a bilingual English and Vietnamese program dedicated to educating, empowering, and inspiring our community. Today on our show, we have a very special guest. That is Marine Major William Mimiaga. William Mimiaga is a veteran to help us celebrate Veterans Day, but more importantly, he has done 2 tours in Vietnam and also a tour in the Gulf War. He is also a recently retired middle school teacher for special education. I'm proud to call him a friend and also here to celebrate his contributions in our community. Juliet kính chào quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV trong chương trình Kiến thức y khoa gia đình và xã hội. Chương trình Kiến thức y khoa gia đình và xã hội là chương trình OC Health and Education. Chương trình đây là chương trình song ngữ. Julie cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV đã theo dõi chương trình mỗi thứ ba trên đài 56.10 và sáng thứ tư trên đài 14.2. Julie cảm ơn quý vị đã theo dõi chương trình. Hôm nay trong chương trình Julie mời được Marine Major William Mimiaga. Marine Major William Mimiaga là một người veteran mà làm 2 tour ở tại Vietnam War với thêm nữa một cái tour cho Gulf War. William, thank you so much for being on our show today.
A pleasure being here. Thank you for inviting me.
You know, I think it is such a pleasure to have you on our show. As you mentioned, you're a recently retired middle school teacher.
23 years, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
So 23 years. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've done for the children?
Well, you know, the greatest satisfaction that I have is when the students return or they reach out to you. You know, they give you a call, and in some occasions we've had students, former students, come back and actually become teachers' aides.
Wow.
And it's very moving. It's touching that you reach so many of them. You know, most of them come from, you know, HUD housing. They came from Springdale housing. It was just difficult path for them. Their, you know, mom's deceased, mom's on drugs, dad's gone, someone in prison. So it's just a dysfunctional family. But when they come to school, they at least have a family there. And I used to speak about that. I tell other teachers, hey, you become part of that child's extended family, and they'll respond to you. I mean, these are tough kids. They called them emotionally disturbed. They were just street kids. You know, they roamed the streets. They were gangbangers, some of them, but you know, that grudgingly over time, you treat them with dignity and respect, they will respect you, and you're able to turn them around.
You know, that's such an important message for us to remind everybody, especially educators, is that, you know, when sometimes you have a student who is struggling, we reprimand them. But what you're reminding each person is to show them dignity and respect even at their worst.
At their worst. And you have to become part of that extended family. Teachers isn't from 7 to 4, 7 to 3. It's continuous. So, and not every day is going to be an adventure. It will be, because you're not sure what's going to happen in the classroom. But you just take it in stride. It's part of the teaching. And you have to connect not only with the kids, but with their parent or parents, or foster parents or guardians, whoever's raising them, to let them know that, hey, we're a team right now. We're a family, extended family, and we're all going to work together for this child. That's what they want.
Yes.
Too many of these kids have been, I call them the throwaway kids, you know, they're forgotten by the system. And that's unfortunate, so.
Well, tell me, how does your experience in all the tours that you've been in help you become a great teacher?
Well, you know, it's interesting. I explain it this way. 31 years in the Marine Corps, I trained Marines. And now, in the last 23 years, I train students, I train kids. It was an easy transition. I have a loud voice, you know, I don't demand respect, but I demand accountability and responsibility for your actions. With that comes the respect. And so, you know, not do as I say, but, you know, do what I'm doing. And you have to be that role model for these kids.
Well, thank you for your 33 years of tours and your 23 years of commitment to the students. That's a very long time to serve the community.
Yeah, it has. Now I'm taking a break. The golden years. Yeah.
Julie cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV. Hôm nay Julie có thời gian rất đặc biệt nói chuyện với Marine Major William Mimiaga. Marine Major William Mimiaga có 23 năm kinh nghiệm dạy mấy trẻ em bị nó kêu bằng ED là Emotionally Disturbed, rất là có nhiều cái khó khăn trong gia đình. Thêm nữa, William có 33 năm kinh nghiệm as a major với serving 3 cái tour là 2 cái tour ở Việt Nam và the Vietnam War, and thêm nữa một cái Gulf War. William nói đó là nhiều em mà có rất nhiều cái khó khăn là ảnh phải nhắc nhở em là phải có nhiều cái respect and accountability. Không có phải là mình thúc đẩy em để cho nghe lời giáo, mà mình làm cách làm sao mình đối xử với nó giống như một người trong gia đình, thì có thể nó sẽ thay đổi cái hành động về cái hành vi của nó. So I was just saying that, you know, one of the things that you were mentioning, that, you know, when you work with these students who are ED, who people call emotionally disturbed,
yes,
you give them so much respect, and you require accountability. So is that something that is required as you worked with and train Marines and other servicemen and women?
It all comes under discipline, self-discipline. These students show up, many not having civility, and many of them not any knowledge of citizenship, any knowledge of how to be gracious. So how do you get angry for something that they have not learned or had a role model to teach them? Getting angry with them for their outbursts, for their language, or for their physical aggression. Their physical aggression, they're crying out, you know, and their verbal aggression. You have to understand that, and you have to be patient. You know, you have to kind of smile at times, and you know, one called me a foul names, you know, you bald-headed, no word. And I said, whoa. And I said, where am I bald-headed? I said, I didn't realize that, where? And he stopped, you know, and he looked at me and he said, oh, right in your back, Mr. Bill. So, you know, you have to have ways, grabbing a hold of them or turning them over to security, you know, that's not always the answer. It's just a matter of, you have to see the compassion, dealing with them, and understanding, and then take it from there. At what level that you're going to respond to it.
Well, those are two important lessons: compassion and understanding. Because you know it goes beyond the classroom. Because oftentimes, you know, in our community, even within our families, especially as, you know, Thanksgiving comes up or Christmas comes up, you know, conversations are sometimes a little bit heated.
Oh, they are, you know.
Yeah, and I think what you're reminding everybody is, you know, listen better, be a little bit more compassionate, taking up the perspective of maybe where the other person's coming from. We might not agree and we might not behave the same, but
that's,
you know.
That's true. It's just a matter of compromise. You have to understand, and especially with family members, you know, some are on the left, some are on the right, but you know, we're still family. You're not the enemy. I disagree with you, but I love you. You're still family.
I like that reminder that, you know, as a teacher, you're an extension of the student's family.
You have to be.
Thank you.
Today you have to be.
Well, thank you, Bill, for talking to me after commercial break. We'll have more opportunities to continue this conversation. Julie cảm ơn quý vị khán giả. Hôm nay Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với Marine Major William Mimiaga. Một cái thông tin William nhắc nhở quý vị đó là lúc mà William dạy mấy em mà có khó khăn về cái emotionally disturbed, William nhắc nhở đó là phải mình đối xử với mỗi em giống như người trong gia đình. Thì cảm ơn quý vị khán giả trong Little Saigon TV. Sau phòng quảng cáo chúng tôi sẽ tiếp tục nói chuyện với Major William Mimiaga.